Hi, I'm Zach Israel, and today I'm going to be informing you on the Olhausen Billiard Company. The reason I chose this for my research project was because I recently ordered an Olhausen billiard table. Through this research project, I gained a lot of knowledge of how the company started, and I even learned a little bit about the history of billiards, which I'm going to talk about in this project. I'm also going to talk about how Donnie and Butch, the owners of Olhausen, got started. I'll then talk about what sets Olhausen apart from its competitors. The BYOT system, the build your own table system, is very intricate in the system that they use. I'll then be talking about the recent changes they've made and the future of Olhausen, where they foresee themselves in the future. I hope you enjoy this presentation. I'd like to talk about the history of the game billiards. It's one of the oldest table games around. King Louis XI was actually the first indoor table owner, quoted in history. The game evolved from croquet and golf-like games, anything with a heavy ball and a mallet-like stick. Obviously, this started out as an outdoor game. The game was then downsized and brought inside. During King Louis's time, there was no such thing as a leather pocket. They made them, they just didn't know what they were yet. Most of the tables were much like carom. Carom was the first type of billiards. As you see here, this table has no pockets. The game's generally played with 3 to 4 balls, and most people don't see the point in it anymore just because of every bar in America has a billiard table or a pool table. I'd like to next talk about the word pool and where it came from. Pool is just a slang term for billiard. It derived from gambling establishments. The pool tables, people would stand around them and pool their money together, put it on top of the pool table, and bet on horse races, card games, or anything of the such. And the pool tables are always found in the dingy-like bars, the real bummy places in town. So all the gangsters put all their money together and started. This was a gambling club. One of the biggest customer service issues they've seen recently was the customers were having scratched tables come to their house, and that was in the delivery process. Olhausen really cut down on the TQM here. They really tightened the ropes around it. They realized that it wasn't the plant people or plant workers causing the problems. It was the delivery trucks. It was the UPS, the FedEx. Now they decided that they're only going to front load their tables, which is the front of the truck, the carrying section. That's where the table goes when they load it, and then the truck can load whatever else they'd like to carry from other manufacturers or anything else that needs to be transported. But the table is the last thing to go off, first thing on, last thing off. Alright, the BYOT system. The BYOT system is the build your own table system, and this is what I really love. That's the main reason that I picked an Olhausen billiard table. You get to customize everything down to the T, and it was great. Like I said, the dealers have books, and I apologize for the screen here. It says 100% clarity. You cannot mess this up unless you click something wrong, so it's the customer's fault here. It's not Olhausen's. Now granted, if you make a mistake, they will fix it for you. So now I'm going to walk you through the steps. It might take a little, it might run us over time just a little bit, but I think it's well worth the time to see it. Olhausen Billiards actually did not begin as a company that it is today. It actually started out as a small extra money job for Jerry Olhausen. You see him here. When he was in the military, he realized he needed a little extra money to help his kids out. He decided to start recovering pool tables in his house. Well, as he was recovering the tables, a local company found him and said that they needed him to set tables up for him. So then he began installing and setting the tables up. This is a really, really intuitive process. It takes about 3 hours to install a pool table, and he was making about $10 a pool table, which now, today, to install a pool table is roughly $200, give or take. The next thing I'd like to talk about is Donnie and Butch. Donnie and Butch are the brothers. After watching their father for years and years, they picked up the skills that they needed. In 1972, they set out to do their own thing in the real world. The company in San Diego that they had been working for, installing and recovering pool tables with their father, decided that they'd sell the company to them. for $1,000. The company was actually just a small garage with a little woodworking shop inside. The two brothers put their heads together and really started coming up with very creative tables. When they bought the company in 1972, they were only producing 36 tables a year. The brothers didn't really know what they needed to do to start a business, as they had not gone through college, but they knew they wanted to double their sales. That also meant doubling their workload, so they had to hire some help. But in the first year, they sold 124 tables, and they were shocked. After that, the second year, they sold over 300 tables. At that rate, they were super pleased with the progress, and they were really wanting to get into the business all the way. Currently, they sell about 30,000 tables a year, and they offer a very large variety of tables, and we're going to talk about that in just 1 minute. But first, in this picture here, you see this is one of their showrooms, and there's about 75,000 different cues. That's right, 75,000 different cues, different lengths, different weights, different types of leather on the tip. Most people just think of the cue as a leather tip. Well, actually, some of them use kangaroo leather, or some of them use buffalo leather. Different densities in the leather for different cues. I thought this picture was amazing, and I can't believe how many tables and different cues they really have. Now I'm going to talk about what sets them apart from the competitors. Customer service to them is number one. Any customer service issue is handled immediately. Most of the tables are custom to the customer. That means 100% clarity from the manufacturing plant to the customer. There's no miscommunication here. The dealers help tremendously. The dealers have books like the BYOT system that I know you can't wait to see about. And you can do it manually like that. Even though technology, we are in the 21st century, is much, much more easy and much clearer. Dealers still can use the books, and they can still show options that way. However, when the dealer is done with the customer, checking off which exact items they want with the pool table, the dealer then uses the BYOT system. So it kind of makes you scratch your head.